going on? Guns Live, coming at you with another story video here on my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you all about the time I went to Las Vegas and lost $800. I'm being 100% dead serious. Like, went to Vegas a while back for my brother's 21st birthday, and yeah, I lost quite a bit of money. The reason I decided to go ahead and tell the story today is because my brother and friend Vito, they're actually in Las Vegas right now for New Year's and also for UFC 207, which is Ronda Rousey versus Amanda Nunes. Since they're in Vegas, it got me thinking about the time that we did go for my brother's birthday, and I don't think I've ever told this story here on my channel before, so I'm going to go ahead and do it right here, right now. So for my brother's 21st birthday, he had the idea that he wanted to go to Las Vegas. It was me, him, my mom, my dad, and 3 of our friends that all went. I don't take vacations that often. You know, I was down to go. I'd never been before, and based off everything I've heard and seen on the internet and TV and stuff like that, Vegas seemed like it would be a really cool place to go hang out and have some fun. Before we go any farther into the story, I just want to say, like, big groups of people is not my thing. I prefer smaller groups, you know, go to the gym with a few friends and work out, maybe go to Topgolf, have some fun, hang out with a few friends at the field, throw the football around. Like, I'm talking maybe 4 or 5 people max. But if you know anything about Vegas at all, it's that there's people everywhere. It's a tourist destination. It's crowded. There's hotels, there's gambling, there's pools. Basically, Las Vegas is a party city. And I'm not really a party person either. The plan for this Las Vegas trip was that we were going to road trip there. For those of you that don't know, I actually live in Texas, and Las Vegas is in Nevada. It's a state farther west, so it was going to take us a good while to drive there. The good thing is, though, that we have some family that live in New Mexico on the way, so we're just going to drive halfway, spend the night at our family's house, and then drive the rest of the way the next day. Once we got to Vegas, you know, we're going to hang out there for a few days and then do the same thing driving back. Stop with my families again and then come back to Texas where we're from. So we go ahead, we pack our bags, and we get on this road trip. I had fun on the road trip, I'm not going to lie. We took 2 vans that we rented, and we drove to New Mexico all in one day. It's about a 16-hour drive, and we hung out with our family there. Once we got to New Mexico, you know, we spent some time with our family. It was all good. Hadn't seen them in a while, so it was good to catch up. The next day, we loaded up into the vans, and we continued our trek to Las Vegas, where we arrived, I'd say, in like the middle of the afternoon. Once we got to Vegas, everybody was hyped, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got into our rooms, we settled in, and then we went out to check out the city. Once we were checking out the city, one of the very first things we did is we actually hit up the blackjack tables. At this point, it was me, my brother Kyle, my friend Vito, my friend Justin, and another one of my friends named Ryan, who went out and we hit up these blackjack tables, like I said. I was pretty excited to hit up the blackjack tables. I'm not going to lie. I'd never gambled anything in my life before. I'm a pretty passive person. Like, I don't take that many risks. So I was ready to get this gambling going. If you don't know how blackjack's played, basically it's you versus the house. And the house is the dealer. You try to get as close to 21 as possible without getting over 21. Let's say I get 20 and the dealer gets 19, then I win whatever I bet against them. We sit down at the blackjack table. I put down a bet and I lose my first hand. No big deal, right? You can't win them all. But then I lose my second, third, and even 4th hands. Now, when I've been betting like $20 a hand, if I lose 4 hands, I'm already down $80 within just a few minutes of us gambling in Las Vegas. So on the 5th hand, I get dealt 21 by the dealer. I'm feeling hyped. I haven't seen their cards yet, but all I know is that I got 21, and I got a feeling I'm finally about to win some money. So it just so happens that the dealer gets 21 as well, and when you both have 21, it's basically a push, nobody wins, and you play another hand. Oh, I thought that was going to be a collateral. So it turns out in the very next hand, hand number 6, I lose again. Play one more hand after that, which is hand 7, and I lose that as well. So I'm off to a bad start already in Vegas. I'm already down like $140. I lost 6 hands, pushed 1 hand, still have yet to win any. I wasn't the only one losing, alright? My friends were losing, my brother was losing, like, we were all losing at this one table. So we decided to get our stuff, and at this point my parents, they were done with their room and stuff, so we're all just gonna go hang out and eat dinner somewhere. So we go eat dinner at this place. I forgot exactly what it's called. I think it might have been like the Hard Rock Cafe. That's what's clicking in my head. I don't know if that was exactly it, but while we were eating dinner, like, the craziest thing happened. We're sitting there in the restaurant eating, and there's like a water slide, and this chick in a bikini comes down the water slide. I guess sort of like a mermaid act or a performance, something like that, because that's what there is in Las Vegas. There's a lot of performers. So we're sitting there eating dinner, and this chick in like a bikini comes down a slide in the middle of the restaurant. Like, it was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. The slide's not the most important part. It doesn't really have anything to do with me losing money in Las Vegas. I just thought it was kind of funny. I'd never seen anything like it before in my life. I got a chopper, baby. I'm on that 9th Street. What you know about that? So after we eat dinner, we go ahead, hit the casinos once again, and this time we decide to go ahead and play some roulette. And can you guess what happens? Your boy loses even more. Like for some reason, every time I would bet red, it would hit black, and then whenever I wouldn't play a hand, it would hit red. Also, if you don't know how roulette's played, basically it's the game where you spin the ball, or you spin like, hang on, sometimes you gotta focus up and take people out in Call of Duty. Alright, there we go. But if you don't know how roulette's played, basically it's the game where you spin like the disc or the dish or whatever, and then the ball lands on a number, and there's a board, and if you hit the number, then you win some money, or if you hit the color, then you win some money. Basically, there's a lot of different ways you can win. And the way I was betting on the color red. So if they hit the color red, I would win. But unfortunately, for some reason, every time I bet red, it wouldn't hit red. Keep in mind, this is all the first night. So after playing a little bit of blackjack, losing about like 140 or 150 bucks, and playing a little bit of roulette, I'm already down like $250, maybe $300. And we've only been there for a few hours. So that night, I didn't bet anymore. We just hung out, going around the city a little bit, and then the next day, I did some more betting. My friend Justin, though, he was playing the slots, and I'm telling you, like, he was winning. He's the only one of us that came out positive from this trip/vacation. Like, he was just sitting at the slot machine, pulling the little lever down, and he would win, he would lose, but for some reason, he was, like, winning more than he was losing, which is good for him. I'm not mad at him. Like, good for him for winning. But for some reason, Las Vegas, like, your boy right here, I could not win. We're at 190 points, and I'm finally able to call in my helicopter. I'm on a 14-kill streak right now, and I'm having a solid game while telling this story. Going into day number 2 in Las Vegas, not a whole lot changed for your boy. Like when playing these games in Las Vegas, you know, you think you would win some, and you know that you'll lose more, but you think like you at least win some. Like I will say, I was walking past a roulette table one time, and I put $100 on red, and it hit red, so I doubled my money. But other than that one hit on red, I was just holding L's the entire time that we were in Vegas. Like it got to the point where I wasn't even gambling anymore. I was just watching my brother and my friends and maybe like my parents put some money down on the different games. And they were losing more often than they were winning. But the point is, like, at least they were winning sometimes. Like they would actually bet on red or black roulette, and sometimes the ball, it would land on the color that they actually bet on. But I was losing so much in Vegas that it got to the point where I wasn't even gambling anymore. I was just watching them play. And like I said at the start of this video, eventually I ended up losing a total of $800. Like it got to the point where I was $700 in the hole, and I was like, you know what? I'm putting $100 on red. If I hit, then I leave minus 600, and if I lose, I leave minus 800. And you can already guess what happened. It hit black, so I lost. And I left Las Vegas with $800 less than I went with. Losing $300 at the casinos was definitely the low point of the trip. Like, that's real money. That $800 is something that I worked hard for and earned by working jobs and stuff like that. There were definitely some high points of the trip though, like some sightseeing tourist attractions that we did visit. On the way to Las Vegas, since we did drive, we actually drove across, or not across, but we drove on a bridge next to the Hoover Dam. Now the Hoover Dam is incredibly massive. Like the sheer size, until you see it in real life, like you don't truly understand just how big it actually is. I think I may still have some pictures. If I do, I'll post them on the screen now for you to take a look at. But I'd seen the Hoover Dam in the past on the internet. You know, I think it was even in the movie Transformers. But until you see the Hoover Dam in real life, you just don't understand just how massive it really is. Like how tall it is, how wide it is, how long it is. And I didn't know this until we actually got to the Hoover Dam, but you've got to go through like a security checkpoint where people sometimes pull over random cars and search them for stuff like bombs. I like had no idea that was even going to happen until we actually got there. And we're pulling up in the line. And pretty much if you had like a big vehicle, like an RV or something like that, they would pull you over to the side for sure. And then if you had like a small vehicle, like we were in vans, sometimes they were just pulling over random cars just to search them. I don't remember if the people had guns or not. Like I'm sure some of them probably had like pistols. I don't remember if I saw like any assault rifles or shotguns that they were carrying around. But there were definitely dogs that were sniffing the cars as well. And then they hold like the long pole with the mirror that looks underneath the car to make sure there's nothing below it. But until you actually see the Hoover Dam in real life, you just don't have any idea how massive it actually is. Like the Hoover Dam, that's man-made, you know what I'm saying? Like the engineering that went into that, that's incredible that we as humans, like other humans actually built that dam. Once we did get to Vegas though, I know my bro Vito, he had us go check out the Wax Museum, and I thought the Wax Museum was pretty cool. If you don't know what the Wax Museum is, basically it's where they have like figurines that are actual like, is real people, but they're wax objects. Like they're not dolls, they're not mannequins, they're wax figurines. And they have incredible detail to them. If I have different pictures, I'll put them on the screen now as well, just like the Hoover Dam. Ooh, 2 piece, nope, just 1 kill right there. But the Wax Museum, it was pretty cool, and I'm glad that we got to check it out while we were there. One place we visited while in Vegas that I was actually like the one that thought of going to check it out, it was a shark exhibit at Mandalay Bay. So you know how you go to zoos and they have animals in like the cages and stuff like that? Well, the shark exhibit is actually just like a giant aquarium facility. And then in the aquariums, they have different sharks and different types of fish. And I have a few pictures of those as well. On our way home from the Grand Canyon from Las Vegas back to New Mexico back to Houston, we actually stopped and toured the Grand Canyon for a few hours one day. And the Grand Canyon was by far my favorite part of the entire trip. Like, we were only there for a few hours checking it out and sightseeing, but I would definitely go back and do like a hiking excursion or something like that one day. Because I mean, the Hoover Dam, it was legit, it was huge, it was great to see a man-made object that big. But the Grand Canyon, it's a natural formation, and just the sheer size of it, it's massive. Like, over the horizon, all you see is just Grand Canyon. While we were there at the Grand Canyon, we did a little bit of hiking and while we were sightseeing. And going outdoors, climbing up and down rocks and stuff like that, and like little cliffs, that's my sort of thing. Like here in Texas where I live, it's pretty much flat ground, so not a whole lot of like mountain climbing you can do or anything like that. Like there's a few bike trails that I go through sometimes with my friend Justin, but it's just nothing like the natural formation of the Grand Canyon. So 100% hands down, the Grand Canyon was my favorite part of the trip. I don't know if I'd ever go back to Vegas, but I would definitely go back to the Grand Canyon one day just to spend more time there and do some hiking. Keep in mind that all this stuff I've been talking about in this video took place about 2.5 years ago in like May of 2014. And to think about it, that's like honestly the last time I went on a vacation anywhere. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up what I thought about Las Vegas and our trip there. What I learned from the experience though is that I definitely work hard for my money and there's no need for me to waste it on gambling. The chances of me ever going back to Vegas are really slim, but if I did go back, like I definitely would not go to gambling. And to be completely honest with y'all, I'm not a big partier either. Like I don't go out to clubs, I don't go dancing with like random people, I don't go drinking and stuff like that. Like that's just not my scene, that's just not who I am. To wrap up this video, I mean, I lost $800 in Vegas. It was really unfortunate. Just to lose really made me realize, you know, how hard I work for my money. There's no need to waste it on gambling. Like I could have gone out with that $800 and bought something that I really wanted, or I mean, I could have saved it and still had it in my bank account to this day. And then the tourist attractions like the Wax Museum, the Shark Tank, Hoover Dam, and Grand Canyon, like going to those 4 places, that was my favorite part of the entire trip. And if given the chance in the future, I would 100% go back to the Grand Canyon and do like a hiking expedition or something like that. But that's pretty much going to do it for this video. I'm actually about to go somewhere with my friend Justin. This is my dog's birthday, so I got a special vlog video coming tomorrow. I know some of you guys like watching the vlogs, and then personally I enjoy making the vlogs, so be on the lookout for that video. It's going to be coming tomorrow. On Sunday, which is actually New Year's Day, I might be telling another story here on my channel. Like I'm not for sure making that video yet. I may make it at a later date, but the story does have to do with New Year's, so I was thinking about making it now. And that's going to do it for this video though. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. New videos always going to here on my channel. I'm Gunners Live. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the long live stream tonight or another video.
Don't tell me that this isn't real. Don't tell me this ain't how I feel. This is all I have, all I have. All I ever wanted was somebody to get this. All I ever wanted was somebody to play this. Yeah, take my song, put it on they play, and get goosebumps every time they play it. Wait, this my